Hi friends, Trip here. Well, I was thinking it's about time that I put my windshield bag on my Dyna Fat Bob. And there's a couple of tricks to doing it the right way. So I thought I'd show you by making this video. So why put a windshield bag on your bike in the first place? Well, first, it allows you to store things like your glasses, your wallet, gloves, cell phone, or even a water bottle in a very convenient place that you can easily access while riding. And secondly, windshield bags are about 1/10 the cost of a nice pair of mounted saddlebags. And finally, because I know you're tired of looking like an overstuffed chipmunk with all your crap stashed in your jacket pockets. So what all do we need to do this job? Well, let's take a look. First, we're going to need a T27 Torx bit, and I've got one here attached to a socket and socket wrench. Next, we're going to need a 3/8 inch wrench, and this is a combination wrench. I could be using a socket and a socket driver here, just as I could be using any sort of Torx style wrench here, as long as it's a 27. Next, we're going to need some blue Loctite thread locker, and this is the removable type. Now, don't be misled. It says blue, but it still comes in a red tube. But you want blue 242 removable, very important. Next, some rubbing alcohol to clean things up and to get that bolt ready for the Loctite. And we have a soft cloth. And then of course, obviously, we need the windshield bag. Basically, we want to attach this to this. Now here's tip number one. I like to install the bag with the windshield still on the bike. I find it's much easier to mount something to a stable windshield. It's not laying on a workbench or a table, it's not rolling around, and it's a lot less likely to get scratched. The bike that I'm going to be mounting the windshield bag onto today is a Harley Dyna, specifically a Fat Bob. And you'll notice that its windshield only has one center screw. And this install would work the same way for a larger Harley that might have 3 bolts in the windshield as opposed to 1, or a smaller Harley like a Sportster, which would have just the 1 mounting bolt as well. And the bag that we're going to be mounting is an OEM Harley windshield bag. I actually got it used off of eBay. It's in really nice condition with the 1 hole, which corresponds with the 1 retaining bolt in the crossbar on the windshield. Also notice this little C-shaped bracket. It actually fits over this crossbar here to lock it in place. To start, place the 3/8 wrench on the nut to keep it from spinning. Then use the T27 Torx bit to break the bolt loose. It shouldn't give you too much resistance. Once it breaks loose, the nut should come off with just your hand. Notice the blue Loctite already on the bolt. Looks like Harley uses this stuff too. Now make sure you don't lose these guys because it would really suck if you did. And now you may want to clean your windshield, just because. Now try lining things up just to make sure you're not going to have any problems when attaching the bag. Next, you want to clean the bolt with a little rubbing alcohol. This will help the Loctite adhere to the metal as it dries. And remember, always shake Loctite well before you use it. Now for the blue stuff. Make sure you just use 1 or 2 drops on the part of the bolt that's going to come in contact with the nut and no more. Now palm the nut in one hand. Then open the windshield bag and put your hand with the nut inside. Carefully line up the holes and press the bag firmly against the windshield so the bracket fits tightly over the metal brace. Now insert the bolt through both holes. And thread the nut onto the bolt with just your fingers until it won't turn anymore. Then put your 3/8 wrench onto the nut to hold it in place. And now tighten the bolt with the Torx bit until it's fairly snug. But don't overdo it, that's what the Loctite's for. Now give the bag a little test shake to make sure everything's nice and tight. Then clean off any Loctite you might have gotten on things, like I did. Now it's time to load the bag with a few items. I'm going to put in a water bottle and a wrench and my keys, just to give it a little weight. And now go for a little test ride. Looks like everything's A-OK. Enjoy your new windshield bag. Well, I hope this video was helpful. And if you do have a bike that has a windshield that'll take a windshield bag, I highly recommend them. If you did like this video, please give it a like. And if you like this sort of stuff in general, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, this is Trip on 2 Wheels, asking you to ride safe and ride often. Correct, Alamo.